How's it going, everybody? It's Wilson here for Outrage, and today I'm going to tell you how to fix your Fusion to make it bulletproof for the gear system. There's nothing wrong with the gears. They're not weak. They're not molded wrong. It's just very simple little issues around the gears. It's not necessarily the gears. So, first things first, we're going to address the umbrella gears. This is where everyone's having problems. The simplest fix in the world. Outrage came to everybody after we notified them and another team member notified them that the bearing, that this gear in here, it moves. The reason why it moves is because the bearing is round, but the mold is an oval. So it's got side-to-side play. It doesn't have play up and down. It's got side-to-side play. So we figured this out right after IRCHA, and we submitted this a long time ago. They addressed everyone to sand the cases, and people are doing that, and they're still having problems. So here's what I'm telling you guys to do. We used just colored tape that we had laying around. I don't know if you can see the green inside the case or not. You should hopefully be able to see. Well, it's green tape. Cut 4 pieces of tape and stick it in where the bearing goes, 2 on either side of the case. Clamp it back down, and it should get rid of the oval shape. If it's still got play, then do another piece of tape, and you should be good to go. Feel the gear, of course, once you tighten everything down. Like I said, then you should be good. Because this set of gears right here, this white set of gears, 115 flights over the last 2 weeks. That's going out flying every day in the wind and the cold and the heat, whatever. Oklahoma weather's crazy. It was like 30 degrees, now it's 65, and it's going to be 40 again. And it's crazy. So that is the front gears. That's how I fixed them. That strip, by the way, on those gears, I don't know if you noticed that, was not because a strip in flight. It's because I crashed. Yeah. Now, once you fix the back gears, then you're going to get from 5 flights to 30 to 40. The way I push them, I get 30 to 40 flights. So then you're going to hit these back gears. The back gears, there's problems with both gears. Let's do this gear first. If you guys can see it or not. But that gear, after so many flights, loses grip on the bearings in here and can slide in and out freely. Pretty basically freely. And it will come out and it will hit this spacer. The best way, look at your spacer, and if the spacer has 2 polish marks on it, then you know the gear's coming out and it's hitting. If it has even 1 polish mark, that's when you know. So what I do, is I take that gear, before I put it in to the bearings, I run CA, like quick setting epoxy or something. I run that on the outside, just very thin layer, and then I shove it in there really quick and let it harden, and then I go straight to the back. I guess that'd be the front of that gear, and I put just a little bit of CA on the inner race, right where it meets the bearing, not the bearing, the gear. Sorry, right in here, and it's locked in. This set of gears, I would like to say, I would say about 50 to 60 flights. It goes with this crash set right here. So that's quite a few flights on a little set of gears, I think. So, and those are 2,500 to 2,400 head speed, hardcore, crack tail. I mean, pushing them really hard, definitely testing them. So, once you fix that, then you go to this other gear here. And this is pretty much a one-time fix. You can swap gears and it'll carry over. This spacer was too big. So what we did is take these guys, I don't know if you can see that, those are 450 main shaft spacers. There's 3 of them on here. So put 2, I'd say start at 2 first. Take 2 and mic them. See what it is in millimeters, and then shave that off of this spacer right here, and then put everything back together and look at your gear set, your mesh right there. Previously, they're meshing like this, and that's 50% of the gear is touching. Now, with our fix, it meshes 100%. So, I mean, it does vary how many spacers you need to put in there between different sets of gears. I mean, you're talking, I don't even know, 1/4, 1/8, 1/16 of a millimeter maybe. Tiny little amount. So try that on these back gears, and then just fly the snot out of it. I mean, check it every so many flights. I check it every time I go out, before I go out, the night before. Just, look it over. See if this gear is free. See if your mesh isn't very smooth. I mean, that's the other thing. If your mesh isn't smooth, take one spacer out and put it back together. And this little guy right here, this shaft, it can have a little bit of play. It can have it can have a spacer worth of play. That's okay. I wouldn't worry about that. Like if you shave that copper spacer down just a little bit too much, and it's got just a little bit of play, I wouldn't really worry about it that much. Because this particular model had just a little bit of play. I stand just a little bit too far, and that's like 60 flights. So it's all good. But if you do not see that gear in place, I went out and I devoted like 2 or 3 days to just testing this one heli. It lasted 34 flights, and I brought it back and I looked it over, and the gear was free, and there was a lot of mesh, and you could tell the gear was deteriorating. So I went ahead and changed it. But that was also the worst environment possible. Dusty, windy, doing lots of reversals and crack on it. I tested it pretty hard. So those are our fixes. Now you guys know my secret, whatever. I have not stripped a gear since September, but I'd like to address the main gear issue. The black main gears, to me, are okay. I'm getting around 100 flights out of them before I maybe chip a tooth or something. The last one I was testing was at 100, and then I crashed. This is all the same model. Piecing that together. So that's pretty much it.